In this last set, we're going to be using mental math, so no calculator here. We're going to be using our mental math facts to use decimals to help estimate these simple percents. Remember that of means multiply, so 10% of 50 is 0 1/10 times 50. I know that 1 times 50 is 50, but then I've got to have one decimal point, so I've got 5.0 or just 5. So 10% of 50 is 5. Really, when we're finding 10%, we can just take the decimal and move it one place to the left on our whole number, because we're really dividing by 10 when we're getting 10% here. So 10% of 50 is 5. 20% of 50, 20% is 2 10%, so double of 5 is 10. Or we can think of this as 0 and 2/10 of times 50. But we know that 2 times 5 is 10. And then we've got another 0, but we've got to add one decimal point here. So 20% of 50 is 10. 30% of 50, think of 3 10%. So 10% of 50 is 5, but then we've got 3 of them, 5, 10, 15. So 30% of 50 is 15. So now let's think of 10% of 80. Remember, we can just take our decimal and move it one place to the left because 10% means we're dividing by 10. So 10% of 80 is just 8. We just took our decimal and moved it. 40% of 80 is 4 10%. So 8 times 4 is 32. 40% of 80 is 32. 70% of 80, this is 7 10%. So 10% of 80 is 8. And then if we're going to have 7 8ths, 70% of 80 is 56. So you can see how we can use our 10% marker to help us find any multiple of 10%, 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, and so on, just by multiplying by that 10% value. So finding our 10% value and then multiplying that by however many 10% I have will help us use mental math to find some of our numbers without having to pull out our calculator. This is especially helpful, I think, in the store when you're at a store and they say this rack is 30% off. I always just move the decimal one place to the right and then multiply that number by 3 because it's 30%, and then I know how much money I'm getting off right there at the store without pulling out my phone as a calculator, without being distracted. This is a really easy way to use some mental math. Sometimes I even use some estimating skills in there as well, but this makes it really easy if you understand how to find 10%, and then you understand how to use 10% to help you find 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%, and so on. It really helps you as you're in stores and things to just quickly figure out about how much you're going to save.